Welcome to White Boy Shop, and today we're going to be talking about the mini bike. This is not that mini bike, this mini bike. This is the mini bike that got impounded in May, so it's been sitting in the impound lot for over 2 months. So, it definitely didn't look like this when it got impounded, so it definitely needs a lot of work. These godforsaken grips are sticky and I don't even want to put my hands on them, so I'm gonna immediately cut them off, as well as this one. The rear wheel is locked up, so I gotta probably give the chain a little bit of love. And I don't know if this gas is still good or bad, so after I get the wheel fixed, then I'll probably see if the gas is still good, and then if it starts, then I'll know that the gas is still good. And I'm also probably going to polish this up too, because it started to rust again. And one thing that I'm also probably going to be doing now that we have the welder, probably going to make a proper battery mount for this, because right now it's just, it's very, it's not a proper battery mount. So I'm going to build a proper one because this is all messed up in so many different ways. So I'm going to build a proper battery mount so that it can sit the way it's supposed to. Because even now, it still moves a little bit. So that's probably something that I'll get into later on. But right now, we're going to focus on just getting it running and getting it back to the way it used to be. Because for sitting after 2 months, it doesn't look as pretty as it used to. So I don't even know if it starts. I have no idea if it starts. I haven't even touched this thing since I got back because it's been so hot that I just didn't even want to start working on it. It's starting to rain now, so the shop is a little bit cooler. So it's a little bit cooler outside. So, it's a little bit manageable to do some work in here. So I figured I'd take advantage and start working on the mini bike. And this is a 212 engine. I got a lot of custom parts on here. I got a custom gas tank, custom carburetor, custom starter, pegs in the back as well. I got supermotos, street tires, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, so I'm going to document me saving this bike because it needs to be saved. So I'm going to start that. Probably starting with the chain. Okay, so before I get to the chain, I'm just going to do some of the quicker stuff like cutting off these grips, and I'm also going to give the seat a clean because the seat is very dirty from sitting outside. Gonna hit it with a dry towel. Alright, let's get rid of these grips because they need to go. Alright, so now we're going to work on getting the grips cut off. Oh my god, that's terrible. Okay. Okay, now we're going to move on to the other ones. Now, you don't have to cut them off, but for this sake, they're going to be cut off because they're never going to be used again. That's for sure. I might have to cut it a little bit more. Okay, there we go. So yeah, these are looking terrible. Okay, now we're gonna really move on to the chain. Okay, so I worked on getting the chain tensioner off. So these are the bolts that we had. They're all rusty and whatnot. So these I'm probably gonna have to clean off, but the hardware like this, probably gonna have to replace. So if you got new hardware, it's best to just replace it. So we got the chain tensioner off, and the chain is terribly rusted. I mean, it's even seized in some spots. Like it moves over here, but right here, the link does not move at all. So right now I'm gonna work on finding the master link, wherever that is, and I'm gonna get that off. But right now I'm gonna see if I can get this guard over here off. It's too small for a 10, or too big for an 11. But when I try to get the 10 on there, it doesn't want to go. So I'm probably gonna have a hard time getting this off. And I don't want to strip it. That's the last thing I want to do. So I'll probably have to find the master link a different way. Okay, so I don't know if you can see it, but the master link is way down there. So we're gonna try and pop this off. Come on. This is being very stubborn. This is the part that you don't see when it comes to fighting with bikes and whatnot. Most people don't show you this part. Aha! Okay. Might need to get it a little bit more. Okay, there it goes. So, yeah, look at, it's hard to see, but that is terribly rusted. Okay. How easy this next pieces are gonna be, I don't know. It wants to move, but it won't. Let me hit it with a wire brush. Okay. Come on. There it goes. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. We might have to hit it with the wire brush again. Okay. doing so well. You know, I'm gonna rotate the wheel. So now it's over there, so it should be a little bit more accessible. Okay. Let me try to get some of these links moving a little bit. Gonna hit it with that wire brush. Oh, it's coming out. There we go. Finally. Okay, got all 3 pieces of the master link out. So now we can finally get this chain off. Oh my god, this thing's a mess. Oh my god. Okay, chain is off. And this is what we're dealing with. Yeah, it's not good at all. So, we're gonna get this chain. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna clean up these parts right here. Gonna clean up these parts. I'm definitely gonna replace the hardware, but with these 2 bolts right here, the eye bolt and the bolt that goes through the wheel, I'm gonna clean those up on the wire machine or wire wheel machine over here. So we have this. So I'm gonna clean it up over here, and then as for the chain, I'll probably use the angle grinder, because then I could just lay it down on the floor and then just hit it with the angle grinder. So that's probably what I'll do for the chain. So it'll cut back to everything all clean and whatnot. Okay, so I just cleaned up those 2 pieces. So let me mount this really quick. Yeah, look at that. The wire wheel did a great job at cleaning that up. And then going on to this one, it's like night and day. And then try to bunch the chain up so that you can see the whole entire thing. Look at that. So I couldn't use the angle grinder, so I got it started with that machine over there, and then I did the rest by hand. So it almost looks brand new. Considering how it was before, it looks almost brand new. And you're gonna have to trust that it looks the same exact way on the other side, because it does. So I got all of the sides cleaned up, every single side. And even these sides. Let me see if I can show you that. See, even the top parts are much cleaner. Look at that. Like night and day, dude. So Some spots are a little bit cleaner than others, but once we get the chain lube on there, and we'll get all of the links moving again, because some of the links are still a little bit seized. So, but majority of the chain moves. I mean, it was moving a lot more than it was before. So now the chain is almost ready to put back on. So I'll probably split this video into 1 or 2 parts. So next things next is gonna take off this exhaust over here, and then I'm gonna take off this cover over here, and then we're gonna clean up the clutch because the clutch is all rusted, so I'm gonna clean that up too, but we got to take this off to get to that. And then the rear sprocket also needs to be cleaned. So yeah, it's a little bit rusted by the teeth, and same thing for the rotor. The rotor's got to get cleaned up too. So I'll probably just take off the whole rear wheel and then clean up both sides. So I'm probably gonna wrap it up for today. I'm not gonna put any of that stuff back on until I get everything else fixed. So yeah, if you want to use this video as a reference, I would definitely think this is a good reference if you want to, you know, save any rusty bikes or whatnot. But a wire wheel will go a long way. The wire wheel will go a long way, and the wire brush. The wire brush will take you a long way if you got any rusty parts or whatnot, if your bike's been sitting out. So I'm gonna wrap it up here. It's already dark out, so I'm gonna split this video into a couple parts, and I already described what I was gonna get into next, so I'll do that in the next video. So thank you guys for watching, and I'm signing out.